motto. I don't want a movie star.
Hi gorgeous girls and guys, my name is Eddie and welcome to my channel Fire Over 50. I'll be bringing you lots of beauty tips and reviews, plus some of the 3 F's, fashion, fitness, and food, all especially for those of us north of 50. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I can't wait to get to know you all. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know what you'd like to see. And let's get started. Hi guys, hope you're having a great day today. I've got a really fun video. We are going to have a battle and it'll be between 2 Urban Decay palettes, the Naked Smoky and the Naked Basics. Let's get started. And before we do anything, I'm going to be applying an eyeshadow primer, and this is called Thank Me Later from Elizabeth Mott. And ladies, and I've said it in my previous video too, but please don't skip this step. It takes just a second, and you know what? It gives your eyelids such a nice platform to put your shadow on. You know, and as we age, our skin gets kind of soft and crepey, so it really becomes even more important as we get older to use the primer. But I'm just using my finger and just going out and applying it all over my lid. Like I said, it takes just a second and you won't believe how this feels. Just put that on both sides. Just kind of tap it on the upper lid. There, perfect. And you can see it kind of gives a little bit of illuminating glow to your lid as well. And we'll let this just sit for a minute and come back and start putting the shadow on. Okay, let's get started and see what this looks like. So we're going to start with the Naked Basics palette, and I am going to use a Luxie brush. It's a 2-sided brush. Got the fluffy end and then the angled end. I'm going to start with this fluffy end, and let's see. Let's start with the Naked 2, and we're just going to brush this on here, and we're going to use this more as a base than anything else. Just lightly brush it. We're going to kind of stay in the middle section going across. I'm not going to go on my upper lid or on my lower lid. And just brush that lightly, and I'm going to brush this up as I'm going up. I do not want that color to droop down, because you know, if we let the color droop down, even with our face makeup, what it's going to do is it's going to bring our face down and make it look droopy, and that's not what we want. So we are going to just brush it up. See, that's a really pretty color, and we are going to leave that for right now. And then I am going to get my Age Rewind from Maybelline concealer and just dab a little bit on my lid. This is going to be the base. Oh, that's going on kind of thick, isn't it? I think I had wound it up just before I used it. I forgot. Well, anyway, let me just blot this a little bit. I don't really put it on that thick for my lids. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We are just using it as a base. I don't want to have any like really noticeable lines, since I did go on pretty thick. And I'm doing this other side right now just to save some time when we do the comparison. There. And I'm going to let this dry just a little bit, and then we'll start putting the rest of the eyeshadow on. Okay, let's get going with this. So again, I am going to be using that 2-sided brush back to this medium color, and you see how light it looks, but you can see it goes on a little darker than you would think. And this is called Naked 2. This time I'm going to use the angled side and use it for the crease. Now, you know, I've got hooded eyes, I mean, regardless of what age I am, but as I've gotten older, they've gotten more hooded. So we do not want to apply this in our actual crease, because if we do, we open our eyes, there's nothing. So what we'll do is we'll apply this right above the crease. That way we can still see it afterwards. Gonna go almost all the way across. See how much darker this is than you would think? I mean, it looks so light in the palette. It's got really nice pigmentation. And again, I'm gonna just sweep this up, and this is really pretty. And look, we haven't even used the darkest color yet. And then I'm going to get a little more on here, and I'm gonna put a little bit under my eye. And just kind of meet up here, and it's again going up. And just a little bit more. Okay, next I am going to get another brush, put my light color on, and we will use this one. This is a softer angled brush, and this is from, let's see, Miss Glam. And I am going to use this, let's see, I think we're going to go with WOS. So not the lightest color, because I'm going to put the lightest color in the insides of my eye. Let's see what this looks like. And we're going to just kind of pat that on. I don't want it, again, I don't want to be brushing real hard on my eyelids. Yeah, I think that's good. And again, I'm going to put a little under just to brighten it up a little bit. Then I'm going to get my little brush, and this is from Scone. It's a little tiny brush. I am going to be putting the lightest color here, which is Venus, right on the inside. This will just brighten up the eye. I'm going to get this little, go back to this brush, just kind of brush it out a little bit so it's not, so we blend it in a bit. And then go back to this, and we're going to go back to Naked 2, and I'm going to just put a little bit more above my crease, just to define it a little bit more since we've put that lighter color on our lid. And next, we are going to get another angled brush, and this is going to be, this is also a Luxie brush. This is number 239 Precision Shader. Now we're going to go to the darker brown color, which is called Faint. But strange color name for that, but that'll work. I'm just going to put this on the outside of my lid here, and I'm going to go also a bit into, well, above my crease, and again going up. I'm gonna go, since we're gonna go semi-glam, I'm gonna also put a little bit of this under the eye and just sweep it up. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell or not, but that lighter color of the WOS does show up a little bit as a shimmery on the lower lid as well. And again, since we're going to go for semi-glam, I'm also going to put some of this Faint right on the inner part of my lid, and just meet it up above the crease here. And let's see, make sure that on there. Okay, that's pretty. I'm going to go back to my little fluffy side and just kind of buff it all out so we don't have any harshness on here. And it's pretty. See how glam this is? I mean, who would have thought? And you know, if you wanted to do it with a lighter hand, you could totally use this for an everyday look too. I just love this palette. It's really nice. Very versatile. Okay, and then I think I'm just going to put a little bit, using this lighter brush, I'm going to put a little bit of the very lightest color, the Venus, just in the very middle. And let's just buff that out just a little bit too. You know, I love Urban Decay, but I will have to say, especially on some of the lighter colors, you can see there's some fallout there, and I have noticed that there. That's pretty. Well, now let's see how the Smoky eye palette does. This should be, and then this palette does come with a brush. I don't use it too awfully much, but it's a nice little brush. Let's see, what color shall we use? I want to do something similar. I think, you know, I'm going to stay away from the shimmery. You know, a lot of times they say, you know, women over 40, 50 and above really should stay away from the shimmery, glimmery shades. But, you know, I really think it just depends. And for me, myself, I have to stay away from them. So, you know, since my lids do have some lines, they totally like just settle right in, no matter if I use primer or not. And not only that, but it just makes me look dated, I feel. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I didn't put any lighter shade on top here, on the very top of my brow, because I use this concealer from MAC, and it's a Studio Finish concealer, and I use this to finish up my brows, and so I think that's good enough. We'll just leave that alone. So looking at this, I think we're going to be using 13 Combust Whiskey. I really don't have a light brown, so I think we'll go with Password. Let's try it. So as my base, use this. We will use, gosh, like I said, it's not very light. We will use Whiskey, but very lightly. Oh, it is dark. See, let me just, and you can see how crepey my skin is. I didn't want to use the gray as the base because of my skin tones. I don't, as an accent, I don't think it's bad but for a base, I don't think it's that good. There's the base. Okay, and so next, we will go back in with this angled brush and apply a little bit more of that Whiskey above the crease line. Just give it some more definition. We'll sweep that up. And again, it's got a hair right there. I'll do it under my eye. Sweep it up and to meet up that. And you know, I'm not being super precise. I could use a tape or a piece of paper and make sure I'm going at the correct angle, but I think we'll just wing it, literally. Okay, so let's get the little white angle brush and we will, you know, I think we're gonna start with Combust. See what that looks like. Just kind of tap that on the lid. So this way we can use 13, which is the really white shade, for the inner eye and also right in the middle of the lid. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, now let's go for my little brush. And where did I put that? Oh, here it is. And so we're going to be using 13 right in the inner eye. You can see this is really white. Then I go back with this brush and just kind of tap it out softly so we blend it in a little bit. And then I'm going to go back with this and go back to 13 and just put it right in the middle of my lid here, just for some contrast. Just tap it on. And again, we just want it right in the middle. It's not in the whole lid. Then we will go with my dark brush. Let's see, where did I put that? Here we go. We're going to go back to this dark brush and we are going to use Password on the outer lid. You know what? I changed my mind. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to use Smolder, which is this really pretty dark purple. Let's try that. just going to tap that. Oh, see, I got a little, see the fallout here? So I'm just going to tap that on the outer lid. And I'm going to put some on the inner. And just meet it up above the crease. Under the eye. I'm going to put a little more under. I am going to then just go back to Whiskey and just kind of blend in. Just bring it down a little bit. Just blend it all in. And I'm going to put a little bit more of Whiskey on the crease because you can see here I've got a little bit of a space that I didn't get it real well. Even though with my eyes open you're not going to notice, but you know, when you look down, you know when I look like you missed something. Well, okay, here we have our two looks, and I think they're both really pretty. I mean, different colors, of course, but again, I think the big surprise is the Basics palette. You know, they had this on sale on the Urban Decay website a while back, so I picked it up, and you know, I just love this thing, and I'm so glad I got it. But what I'm going to do next is I am going to be using the Crave color, which is black, in this Basics palette, and I'm going to be using it as an eyeliner with this, it's a Luxie brush, a little angled Luxie brush. I'm going to get it a little wet. And I'm going to be doing this on both eyes. Rather than going eyeliner, I think this is going to be fine. I'm not going all the way to the inner eye. You know, I have to be so honest with you guys. I love the age that I am, which is 56, and I wouldn't go backwards, but you know, the one thing I kind of regret is when I was younger and had the nice skin without, you know, creases and things like this. You can see I'm battling a little bit of creases in my eyelids here. I mean, I used makeup, but you know, it wasn't that big of a thing. And it makes me a little sad. But you know what? I'm grateful that I'm enjoying it now. Okay, we'll sweep this up. We're not doing quite a cat eye. We're just going to sweep this up. And I'm going to put the littlest, tiniest bit right on the inside. And again, the tiniest bit. You know, ladies, even with our glam looks, we do not want to like use a black liner all the way around our eyes. It's going to not only close up our eyes and make them look smaller, but it's also going to date us. And see that little lump right there? And that's just because of my skin. But I'll just blend it out, and I think it'll be just fine. Go to the other side. Starting not quite all the way in. See, this side's going on much nicer. And again, just the tiniest bit on that lower. Sweep it up. I like them both. And let me see if I can't just, using this darker brush, just even this out a little bit. It's bothering me. I'm going to try just a little bit more here. There we go. That's better. Okay, next is mascara. Okay, let's put some mascara on. I'm going to be using a curler, and this is just from Sally Hansen. It works pretty good. And ladies, just be really careful that your lashes are clean and dry when you use a curler. You do not want to have the curler like grab your lashes and pull any out. And I always start at the base and squeeze and then kind of work my way up. Squeeze, go up a little, squeeze, go up a little, squeeze, go up a little. And that way it just puts a nice little curl all the way down. And again, make sure you let go before you start going up, because you don't want to grab any of your lashes. Okay, and let's start. I feel like I have a hair on my mouth. But let's use the mascara next. And where's my mascara app that I'm going to use? And I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise in, I think it's Black is Black. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal in Black is Black. And I'm just going to put a light layer on. And like I said in my last video too, I have found that this mascara tends to clump for me. And it's got just great reviews. People love this mascara, but I don't know, the jury's still out for me. I don't like to have to fight clumpiness, you know? But it is pretty. On this side. And I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on my lower lashes. You know, the thing, especially if we're going out or anything like that, we don't want to start having raccoon eyes or black smudges, and that's not very pretty. And no matter what they say on the mascaras, they're all going to do it eventually. And you know, the other thing I've found as I've gotten older is my eyes are watery, or more watery than they had ever been. So I have to be kind of careful with that. And not only, you know, do you get black smudges, but then it hurts your eyes too if you get any product in your eyes. So I have to be careful with that. Just a little bit on the bottom. There, I think that's good enough. Let's see. Well, let's take a look. What do you guys think? I really like them both. And again, to me, the big surprise is the Naked Basics palette. I mean, who would have known that these little blah colors would equal this? Let's fix my hair a little bit here. But yeah, I mean, so ladies, don't discount this palette. If you see it and you can get a good deal on it, I would definitely pick it up. It's so nice to travel with. You can just, like I said, use the lighter colors and for your everyday look, or if you're going out, that's what you can get. I've got all my social down below, as well as my website, The Dirt Road Divas, which is where I put all of my Fire Over 50 videos, and as well as all product links will be down there too. And those aren't affiliate links, but just ways for you to find them really easily. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I loved making it. And if you found it helpful, please press the like button and also subscribe. I would be so honored. I'll be bringing you lots more videos at least once a week, more beauty tips and reviews, more battles, and also fashion and some recipes too. And my next battle is going to be the Battle of the Plum Palettes. We'll be doing one larger palette and one small palette again. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Much love and blessings. Bye-bye.